up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 to 48 hours. There's so much news, man. The amount of news that's come out has been absolutely ridiculous. I will cover it all to the best of my abilities. Firstly, number one priority, of course, in the attacking position and the striker position, the marquee signing this summer is Robert Lewandowski, but currently that operation is a bit difficult because Bayern Munich have the upper hand, but the club do have backup options like Joao Felix, Alvaro Morata, and also the possible return of Luis Suarez. In the winger position, of course, it will be Raphinha. The club will pursue him after Leeds get relegated or stay in the Premier League. But for Xavi this summer, the priority is the defense. He wants Koulibaly, Azpilicueta, and also the number one target ahead of Grimaldo and Galan in the left back position currently is Marcus Alonso. We've also been linked with some midfielders as well, like Carlos Soler, Ruben Neves, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, and Marco Verratti as well. But of course, if you want to bring in players, we have to sell players this summer. Currently, Umtiti and Clement Lenglet on the top of the chopping blocks, and of course, Frenkie De Jong is for sale if a good offer comes in from either Manchester United or Manchester City. And finally, until the summer, the priority for the club is contract renewals. Currently, Gavi's renewal is on the verge of completion alongside Collado, and we do have an update as well on Dembele and Memphis Depay's renewals. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 300 likes in this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And also make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. And the first player that we have been linked with is, of course, the priority signing in the summer, Robert Lewandowski. Firstly coming in for Fabrizio Romano, he's come out saying that at the moment, Bayern Munich's message is still the same. They want to keep Lewandowski next season and negotiate to extend his contract. It is not an easy deal, but Barcelona will not give up. They want a top striker this summer. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Robert wants to know if Barcelona can really bid for him to measure how far he can force his club, where he has only 1 year left on his contract and they won't let him out. Barcelona needs to make the economic adjustment as soon as possible to have room to sign him. After the no last week, there is no planned meeting between his agent and Bayern Munich at this current point. So Robert Lewandowski now, in order for this move to happen, has to push for the move. Now, according to sources, according to I think it was Oriel from TV3, he came out saying that Lewandowski wants to go to Barcelona, but he's not going to force the move at the current moment. And that's the only way this deal is going to happen right now. He needs to go to Bayern Munich saying, I'm going to leave. I want to leave right now. I'm not going to train. Of course, after the season ends, not right now at this current moment, but that's how this deal is going to happen. He has to force the move because Bayern Munich do not want to sell him. They're willing to let him leave for free next summer to keep him this summer. So we'll have to wait and see. Still same situation, but right now the operation is looking very, very unlikely because Lewandowski does not want to force a move from Bayern Munich, but Barcelona showed the offer, showed the proof. Maybe then and only then will he start to push for the move and try to leave Bayern Munich. We'll have to wait and see, but Lewandowski for Barcelona is still the priority signing and the marquee signing for this summer. Now, Barcelona do have some backup options in case the Lewandowski operation fails, because no matter what, the club want to sign another striker this summer. Firstly, Xavi Navarro from ARA came out saying that Barcelona do have options if the Lewandowski deal fails, and currently Alvaro Morata and Joao Felix are on the top of that list. Now, both of course Atletico Madrid players. I think Joao Felix is impossible. I think Morata, like I told you guys in the last transfer video as an exclusive, is a big possibility. Of course, he was the priority in January before we signed Aubameyang because the Juventus didn't want to let him go. At the moment, the Morata operation is the least of the club's priority because Oriel from TV3 came out saying that Alvaro Morata is last on Barcelona's list. His name will appear on the radar for quite a few clubs this summer because his price will not be that high. Now, of course, he's an Atletico Madrid player on loan at Juventus. He will be coming back. I think he has 1 or 2 years left on his contract when he comes back. Atletico want to get rid of him. They have Antoine Griezmann, they have Joao Felix, Luis Suarez. They got a buttload of strikers, Angel Correa as well. They want to get rid of Alvaro Morata, so his price will not be that high compared to, in the January transfer window. They want around, 30, 40. Now probably be around 20, 30. So he will be feasible, of course. But is he better than nothing? Yes, but the club want to sign someone to start. I think it was Javi, of course, very, very close to Xavi. He said the club want to sign a top striker to bench Aubameyang, not Aubameyang to be the starter and then Morata to be the backup. They want to sign someone that's so good that puts Aubameyang on the bench. Because if Morata comes in, Aubameyang's still starting 100%. So Morata's an option, but again, he is the last on the list, but there is another Atletico Madrid striker who we have been linked with, and that is Luis Suarez El Pistolero. Firstly, coming in from Jose Alvarez from El Chiringuito TV, he came out saying that Luis Suarez wants to return to Barcelona. He's ready to lower his salary and play another season at the top level ahead of the World Cup in November. Barcelona see him as a good plan B in case they fail in their attempts to sign Robert Lewandowski and then Gerard Romero. Of course, the best source in Barcelona and very, very, very close to Luis Suarez. He came out saying that currently there is nothing between Barcelona and Luis Suarez, but Xavi did call him in January as an alternative to Aubameyang. If we didn't get Aubameyang, Suarez was next in line. He has an offer on the table from Atletico Madrid for a one-year contract renewal, but he doesn't want to renew with them right now because his relationship with Simeone is not that great, and also Suarez has been on the bench a lot this season. And finally, Sport have come out saying that Luis Suarez offered himself to Joan Laporta at the Ballon d'Or ceremony back in December, wanting to return in January or next season, but Barcelona currently do not contemplate his return. They consider this chapter already closed, and now there are other objectives currently. Get in the comments, let me know, would you take Suarez back at Barcelona? For me, I'm on the same page as the club. I think the chapter is over. I get that he's, I think he's younger than Lewandowski or maybe the same age. I get that point, but we all know Suarez in Europe, very, very suspect. Let's put it that way. I think in La Liga, of course, he can still do it, but I think for me personally, I would sign Suarez on a 1-week contract, come play one final game at the Camp Nou and get a proper send-off. That would be my dream. That's what I would do personally, but as a striker for a whole entire season, would I rather sign Suarez or Morata? My God, I don't even know, man. I don't know. I think this is like a last second resort. If we can't get anything, Suarez is better than nothing, but he shouldn't be the priority. We shouldn't be going for him. I think that chapter is closed, but let me know in the comments below, who would you take out of the two, Morata or Luis Suarez? Now, along with a striker, the club want to also sign a winger this summer to compete in the winger positions as well, and currently the number one and only priority and only target right now is Raphinha, the Brazilian winger from Leeds United. Firstly, coming in from Sport, they came out saying that Barcelona have decided they will go sign Raphinha in the summer. The club will do everything possible to get this transfer over the line. Xavi and his technical secretaries are convinced that he will be a great addition to the squad. Raphinha is currently focused on helping Leeds United avoid relegation. After the season ends, he will force a move to Barcelona. If Leeds get relegated, he'll cost around 25 million euros. But if they stay in the Premier League, the transfer fee would be around 40 million euros. Now, that's a lot cheaper than I thought. I thought it'd be around 50 or 60, but 40 if they stay up in the Premier League, that's a great deal. I would sign Raphinha even if Dembele stays. With Adama likely to leave, we need another winger anyways. I think Raphinha coming in to compete with Dembele. Of course, Dembele drops. He's up and down in terms of his form. Have Raphinha come in. He can also play off the left. You can put Dembele on the left and Raphinha on the right. I think he would be an excellent addition to the squad, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with Leeds United if they get relegated or stay up. It'll have a big impact on his price, of course, but the most important thing to see from this is that Raphinha will push for a move to Barcelona. His priority this summer is to be a Barcelona player. Now, aside from the attack, another priority for Barcelona this summer is to reinforce the defense, more specifically at left back, to bring someone in to compete and hopefully overtake Jordi Alba in the future. And currently, the number one target without a shadow of a doubt in the left back position right now is Marcos Alonso. Firstly, Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Alonso is a serious option for Barcelona. He wants to return to Spain. Barcelona will sign a left back this summer. Alonso is part of a list of 3 or 4 players. He is appreciated. Negotiations with Chelsea have not started yet, but now the new owner has come in, Todd Bowley, and negotiations can be starting very, very soon. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Marcos Alonso is now the number one favorite to reinforce the left back position. Barcelona want to sign a different profile compared to Jordi Alba. Alonso wants to return to Spain, but he's liked a lot by Barcelona. ODL from TV3 came out saying that Marcos Alonso is currently the number one option to be the Barcelona left back signing next season. So everyone, literally everyone, has come out saying that he's the number one option. I mean, why? I'm sitting there reading all these reports, right? I'm thinking, what's so special about Marcos Alonso? I get that he's Spanish, but why is Why does Xavi and the board desperately want him? He's upwards of 30, coming to the end of his career. He's not that great. So I'm thinking like, why do we want Marcos Alonso? And then Gerard Romero came and just opened the door up and cleared my head. He came out saying that Barcelona are indeed interested in Marcos Alonso, but the club will not pay a transfer fee for him. So the club want Marcos Alonso on a free deal. Now I'm thinking, okay, I can comprende now. I understand what the club are trying to do. Of course, Alonso has a contract until June 2023 at Chelsea until next summer, but they want him for free this summer. Now it makes sense. Now it's all clicking in my head. Also, Juan Martin from Sport came out saying that Alonso is a priority for FC Barcelona. Xavi and the player have already spoken as well. So Xavi had a typical phone call with his targets. Now the club want him for free. I understand why they're pushing for him a lot, and I get it, but there's better options out. There's Alonso, and then you have Grimaldo, right? 10 million euros, you pay that extra quality for that gap, or you can take Alonso for free. I get it, the club don't have money, they want to spend that money on Raphinha, Lewandowski, I understand that, but just sell Coutinho. There you go, there's the money for a left back. You know what I mean? It's not that difficult. If the left back's gonna cost like 30 million, 40 million, I get it. So in the end, this is some good news in my opinion. The club only want to sign Alonso if he is for free. That is a positive, but of course currently, no doubt, Alonso is a priority in the left back position, but there are of course other options. Firstly, Alejandro Grimaldo. Gerard Romero came out saying that Barcelona met with Alex Grimaldo's agent this week to analyze the situation. He is one of the names on the club's radar, no doubt about that. What I need to happen right now is that Chelsea's new owner, Todd Boehly, to say, no, Alonso, you're staying, you can't go for free, and then Barcelona can go to another target. That's what needs to happen right now, because he says, yeah, you can go Marcos Alonso, no problem, here you go, take him for free. He's coming to Barcelona 100%. So Grimaldo is an option, along with, of course, Javi Galan. Gabriel Sanz Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona want Javi Galan, but there are two obstacles. Firstly, he has an 18 million euro release clause, which Barcelona could consider too high for his player. Celta Vigo don't want the players like Bernd Braithwaite and Ricky Puig in return as well. Secondly, Sevilla and Premier League clubs are also interested. So Celta Vigo want his release clause paid in full. No swap deals, something like that. Release clause paid or else he stays. The club feel like that's a bit too high. They offered Braithwaite, Ricky Puig. Celta Vigo said no, release clause or nothing. But there are Premier League clubs in in Sevilla as well who are willing to pay that release clause currently, and that's why Javi Galan is slowly but surely not becoming a target in the left back position. But currently, no doubt, number one target is Marcos Alonso. The club will pursue him, but only for free. If he's not for free, the question is who will be the next left back in line. Now, a position for Barcelona this summer that isn't a priority, but we still have been linked with many, and I mean many players in that position, is the midfield. Firstly, Carlos Soler coming in from Alfredo Martinez from Sport. He's come out saying that Mateo Alemany is a great supporter of Carlos Soler's signing. Valencia have offered Soler a 2.8 salary per season, which can easily be matched by Barcelona, but also Atletico Madrid, Juventus, and Liverpool are also interested. Now there is some more news about Soler. I'll get to that near the end, but next time a player that we've been linked with as well in the midfield is Ruben Neves. Victor Navarro from Cope came out saying that Ruben Neves was one of several players that were discussed in the meeting between Barcelona and Jorge Mendes last week. But Mundo Deportivo came out talking about both players, saying that neither Ruben Neves nor Carlos Soler would take over from Frenkie De Jong at Barcelona. Soler is an option for Barcelona, but just to improve the squad, while a move for Neves is extremely difficult due to his high cost involved. Apparently Wolves want over 70 million euros for him. Makes no sense. Soler is an option to improve the squad. Apparently, if Nico goes out on loan, Ricky Puig is sold, maybe Roberto will be sold as well, that could be an option. Then Soler comes in. Soler will not be a direct replacement for Frenkie De Jong. He'll only be an addition to the squad. But we have been linked with another midfielder that we were linked with in the summer that apparently we were very, very interested in, but in the end didn't happen. But now we have been linked again with him, and that is Bernardo Silva. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona are very attentive to Bernardo Silva's situation currently. He wants to leave the Premier League, and his agent, of course, is Jorge Mendes. Frenkie De Jong's future could be linked with Silva's possible arrival at the club. Silva was willing to join Barcelona last summer, but Barcelona had no money, of course. He'd welcome being a benchmark of Xavi's team, and he wants to leave England due to personal reasons. Now I've seen a debate on Twitter saying that, oh, who fits better in that right-hand side of the midfield, Bernardo Silva or Frenkie De Jong? So it's like Busquets, De Jong, Pedri, or Busquets, Bernardo Silva, Pedri. And I'm thinking, whoo. I would stick with Frenkie De Jong. I think he has a better ceiling because, Frenkie De Jong, we'll talk about Frenkie De Jong's future in the future section, but more on Bernardo Silva, I think he would fit the team perfectly, man. In that midfield alongside Pedri as a double interior, it would be fantastic. But what do City want for him, man? Apparently City want to sign a midfielder because, of course, this season they've lost some benchmarks in the midfield coming off the bench. Fernandinho, of course, will lead the club. They want to sign a midfielder. Why would they let Bernardo Silva leave? If Bernardo Silva wants to leave, then that's fine, but it's up to City. If he has a long-term contract at the club, City will decide. They want the money that they want as well. I think this operation is very, very difficult. Now, also, Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Kevin De Bruyne and Marco Verratti are Barcelona's impossible dreams, but a move for them is impractical right now. Bernardo Silva is an option as his move is more feasible and more realistic, but only for a midfield signing of that level will Frenkie De Jong's exit be considered. And for me, this is good news. So the Mundo Deportivo are saying, look, if Frenkie De Jong is sold, he will only be sold if Barcelona can bring in Kevin De Bruyne, Verratti, or Bernardo Silva. He will not leave otherwise, and of course that offer of 70 million euros plus has to come in as well. For me, this is good news. Now, Kevin De Bruyne, impossible. I'll tell you that right now for free. Verratti, fantastic player. I want him back in 2017. He was my dream signing, but now very, very injury prone. He's playing with Messi. I don't think he wants to leave as well. Bernardo Silva, definitely an option. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, the midfield right now is absolutely stocked. Ricky Push still has to leave. Roberto has to renew. Nico's future still in the air. Frenkie De Jong's future is still in the air. But of course, if there is some movement, we have been linked with some players. Carlos Soler, Ruben Neves, and Bernardo Silva being the more feasible and more, likely options. So overall, this summer, Joan Laporta will be planning a revolution and starting his rebuild at Barcelona. And having Miguel from AES came out saying that currently, Robert Lewandowski, Raphinha, Kalidou Koulibaly, Cesar Azpilicueta, and Marcos Alonso are the priority signings for Barcelona right now. The club will do the best to sign the players that they want, and they're working hard to fix the economic solution. So let me know what you think about that summer. If we sign Lewandowski, Raphinha, Koulibaly, Azpilicueta, Alonso, would you be happy with that summer? Would you bring in a midfielder like Soler, Ruben Neves, Bernardo Silva as well? For me, I'd be happy with that summer. A bit disappointed with both Azpilicueta and Alonso coming in. I think only one of them can come in. That's okay. Both of them is a bit too much for me. Now you might be wondering, why are we signing such old players and having such a young squad? It's a bit, imbalanced, but actually the club thinks that's a good balance. Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Barcelona want a balance in the squad between youngsters and experienced players. The club knows they need some experienced players to go with the youngsters like Pedri, Gavi, and others. Now you might be wondering, where do you have the veterans in the squad? Piqué, Busquets, Jordi Alba, Roberto. But there are sources, and my sources have told me that they only have maybe 1.5 years, 2 years left at Barcelona. They will be leaving the club very, very soon. It will be a big change. And that's why the club want to get into experienced players now to play alongside those veterans, learn from them, and then when they leave, they can become those experienced players. But of course, this summer for Barcelona will all ride on one big operation, and that is the CBC deal. Gerard Romero came out saying that Barcelona will not be able to sign key players or even register Franck Kessie and Christensen if the agreement with CBC is not closed. Finishing second in La Liga is also very important to get that extra 10 million euros as well. So for the club to have all these targets coming in that we talked about, Lewandowski, Raphinha, Koulibaly, whoever it may be, the club, most importantly, have to agree the CBC deal, and also as a bonus on top of that, finish second place. So wait and see. The club's right now objective for the summer is very, very clear. Striker, winger, and then strengthen the defense and maybe midfield depending on exits as well. But they have to sign a CBC deal and also finish second in La Liga. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. I will do this in a quick fire fashion. Firstly is Samuel Umtiti. Sport have come out saying that Barcelona are optimistic about finding a team for Samuel Umtiti in the summer. There are several teams in the league that are willing to sign him on a loan move and have even already inquired about the player's situation. So that's some good news. Looking at that loan move from Umtiti is going to be happening this summer. But there is someone at the club who will be the next Umtiti, and that is Clement Lenglet. Sport have come out saying that Lenglet will wait until the end of the season to talk to Barcelona about his future. Lenglet has proposals from other teams on the table, but none of them currently convince him. And you know why? Because he has 5 years left on his Barcelona contract and he's sat on 100K a week. The new Umtiti is here, boys. It's going to be very, very difficult to sell Lenglet this summer. He wants to go to a top team, be a starter. You know, we heard the same crap with Umtiti last summer, and then he cried to Joao Laporta and stayed. Could we see the same with Clement Lenglet? Possibly, but with, maybe another center back coming in, Christensen, Araujo, Eric Garcia, PK, there are 5 center backs ahead of him. He's got no chance of playing unless we get a massive, massive injury crisis. We'll wait and see with Lenglet. Let's hope that Joao Laporta can force him out like he did with Emerson last summer. He does have that in his locker, but currently Lenglet does not want to leave despite proposals on the table. Next up, staying in the back line as well, is the goalkeeper position. Gerard Romero has come out saying that Barcelona already have a backup goalkeeper ready to sign if neither Iñaki Peña nor Arnau Tenes accept to be Ter Stegen's backup next season. No doubt Neto will be leaving the club this summer, so the club have apparently a backup goalkeeper ready to be signed, who I believe is Dimitrievski, the Rayo Vallecano goalkeeper. But before the club sign this new goalkeeper, they will talk to Iñaki Peña and Arnau Tenes and say, look, do you want to be the backup for Ter Stegen next season? Yes or no? If they say no, both players will go out on loan. Maybe Iñaki will be sold. Definitely Arnau Tenes will go out alone, but Iñaki could be sold. And if they both say no, then the backup goalkeeper will be signed. But if they say yes, they have the priority. They will be the backup, and then the backup goalkeeper that we have already signed will not be signed. So we'll wait and see. It is interesting that Barcelona have a backup goalkeeper already ready to be signed, but again, the priority will be Iñaki Peña and Arnau Tenes. They will have the final decision. And last but not the least, in the midfield, of course, is Frenkie De Jong. Now, we're having reports from the UK, the Daily Mail, Mail Sport have all come out saying that Manchester City are reigniting their interest in Frenkie De Jong if Barcelona do intend to sell him. The English club has also been interested in Frenkie De Jong in the past as well when he was at Ajax. So now Man City want Frenkie De Jong. It's United now and City. They're the two clubs right now. PSG and Bayern Munich, we heard some lingerings, but Man United, Man City are two strong interests. For me, it's like, make the bid, then we'll talk. I'm not going to talk about rumors and crap. I know for a fact the club want to keep Frenkie De Jong. Frenkie De Jong wants to stay, but if the offer comes in, everyone will analyze it. The club, the agent of Frenkie himself. The club see a big future with Frenkie De Jong, and that's also been confirmed by Gerard Romero. He came out saying that Xavi would like Frenkie De Jong to stay and eventually replace Busquets in the midfield, but the coach is aware about the possibility of a midfielder getting sold if a good offer arrives. So now we're hearing that Xavi's saying, okay, if an offer comes in, he can leave, but I really want him to stay. That's what we're hearing right now from Xavi. So when the offer comes in, we'll talk, but until then, Frenkie De Jong will stay. The big question is now, will that offer come in? United, City, I don't know. For me, we'll be hearing about, let me know in the comments, would you do Bernardo Silva, Frenkie De Jong swap deal? I've heard a lot about that on Twitter as well. I personally wouldn't. I would sell Frenkie for like above 90 million. If someone comes in and bids 80, I'll be like, okay, let's talk. If they bid 70, I'll be like, yeah, up your bid or don't talk to me. We'll see. I think the club will want 70 bid to come in, and then they'll sit down, negotiate with the club, maybe try to get some more money out of it, but we'll wait and see. He's probably the most valuable player in the team that's for sale. Of course, Alonso, Pedri are all worth more, but he's the most valuable player in the squad that can be sold this summer, so you have to keep your eyes on him. We'll wait and see with Frenkie De Jong. His future is still uncertain, but right now, most likely will be in Barcelona. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. Firstly, on the contract renewal of Memphis Depay. Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Memphis Depay's mission is to stay at Barcelona and play in the Champions League, but departure cannot be ruled out at this current moment. His future is an open situation. Premier League clubs have approached him. Nothing from Spurs at the moment though, but there are a lot of clubs who want to sign Depay this summer. Gabriel Sanz and Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona and Memphis Depay will have a meeting soon to decide his future. His current contract, of course, ends in 2023 next summer. He can continue at the club with a possible contract renewal, or he can leave if a good offer is received. Nothing at this current moment has been decided. Now, the ARA have come out with something very, very interesting in my opinion. They've come out saying that Memphis Depay and Barcelona have a gentleman's agreement to extend his contract until June 2024. It was said to be signed when he signed for the club. The player has already expressed his desire to continue. If not, Barcelona will look to sell him this summer. Now, if you do remember when Memphis Depay was signed, no one knew the year that his contract expired, 2023, 2024. It was all up in the air until the club confirmed it. But apparently, a lot of people said that, we had the option to extend it until 2024. There were a lot of rumors about that back when Memphis Depay signed, and apparently that's now come back up. There is a gentleman's agreement to extend his contract for 1 season. Whether the club want to extend it longer or shorter, I have no idea. Now, lastly, ODL from TV3, very, very, very reliable source. He came out saying that if no new number 9 is signed this summer, Memphis Depay will stay. Alemany's priority is Lewandowski. Bayern want to either renew his contract or sell him this summer, but they first need to find a replacement. They don't want him to leave for free. So if I've told you guys this 1,000 times before these rumors came out, and I'll say it again. If Lewandowski comes in, I think Memphis Depay will most likely leave. But if it's, Morata or Suarez, then Memphis Depay will stay. We'll wait and see. The club will decide his future very, very soon. They are, of course, in negotiations currently to discuss his contract renewal. At this current moment, nothing has been decided. The next contract renewal update is on the contract renewal of Ousmane Dembele, all coming in from Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo. He's come out saying the next meeting with Dembele's agent will be taking place at some point this week. The club can make an offer for him after their placement in the Champions League was secured. Barcelona are looking for an imaginary formula, but they cannot currently match the offer of PSG. Both Dembele and Barcelona are willing to fully explore the possibility of reaching an agreement. Dembele hopes that the club can come up with a good solution, like a growing salary or a short contract. In any case, the relationship between the parties have improved recently. Barcelona believe that Dembele has not signed with anyone yet, and Dembele knows that Barcelona cannot match those other offers from PSG, but Dembele's agent is not ready to lower certain demands. Dembele is happy at Barcelona because of Xavi, and he's given him a lot of confidence and also defended him a lot in the media as well. The coach has also insisted on his continuation at the board from day one. And the fans cheering Dembele again at the Camp Nou, and also the presence of Aubameyang have also been key as well. In negotiations with Barcelona, Dembele has asked for guarantees that he will be treated in a special way in terms of his physical preparation and injury prevention. You understand that due to his playing style as well, he needs different training from other players. So that's all the news. We're pretty much still in the same spot at this current moment. Hopefully there will be meetings this week after, of course, we see the renewal of Pablo Gavi, who we will talk about in a few seconds. For Dembele, if we can find an agreement, that would be great. Again, I would not go over the top. And if he leaves, the signing of Raphinha will be an absolute priority alongside other winger. We need 2 wingers, of course. If Adama's leaving, you bring in Raphinha, but then that means, of course, Dembele is staying. But if Dembele and Adama are leaving, they bring in Raphinha plus someone else as well. And currently, we haven't been linked with anyone else except for Anthony, but of course, it was between Anthony and Raphinha. So wait and see with Dembele. Again, I would keep him for the right formula, the right contract. Of course, it could be 2-year renewal on less money, or a 5-year renewal on a lot of money. So we'll wait and see with Dembele. There will be a meeting at some point this week where the club and the player's entourage want to reach an agreement. The next contract renewal update is on the contract renewal of Pablo Gavi, who currently is the closest to renewing his contract at Barcelona, and right now it is about 95% done after breakthrough on Friday's meeting before the match against Betis. Hanina Kodes from Kope came out saying that Gavi's contract renewal will be the next one that will be sealed. This week, the parties will meet again to finalize the last details. There is a satisfaction following today's meeting. It will be sealed very, very soon. So that meeting on Friday before the Betis match was absolutely key, and now Pablo Gavi is on the verge of renewing his contract. And lastly, Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Barcelona are offering Gavi a contract extension for 5 years until June 2028. The new release clause will potentially be, of course, that exclusive €1 billion release clause. The contract renewal is imminent, just a matter of time. One more meeting needed. Thank God for this. Gavi now is very, very close. It's, so close of no return. He will renew his contract at Barcelona at some point this week. Hopefully it will be, here we go, full agreement reached, and then maybe the week after he'll put pen and paper on the contract. But the club want to finish the renewal very, very soon. That way they can focus on Ousmane Dembele this week as well. But of course, firstly, Gavi is the priority, and he is very, 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 very close to renewing his contract. The next and final contract renewal update for the first time on this channel, the contract renewal update of Alex Collado. This was an RKO out of nowhere. Gerardo Romero came out saying that Collado will return to Barcelona this summer after his loan at Granada and renew his contract for 2 more seasons. Now, Collado's contract does expire next summer. He'll come back and extend it, of course, for 2 additional seasons. Now, you might be wondering why we're doing this, because Collado could be staying at Barcelona, because of course Dembele leaves, Adama leaves, and we sign Raphinha. Collado could be that backup winger, but he will be doing preseason with Barcelona. Collado currently is in the exact same situation as Ferran Jutgla and also Abdi. They will do preseason with Barcelona, and then Xavi will decide sell, loan, or keep them. So that's Collado's situation right now. Preseason with Barcelona alongside Ferran Jutgla and Abdi, and then Xavi and his staff will make the final decision. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is to give you guys the dates of when the new kits for next season will be released. This has been leaked by, of course, your main man, Gerardo Romero. He came out saying that here are the dates for the announcement and the sales of the jerseys for next season 2022-2023. The first kit, the home kit, will be announced on June the 3rd and go on sale June the 8th. The second kit will be announced on June the 10th and go on sale June 15th. And the third kit will be announced on August 26th and go on sale September the 1st. So those are the dates for you. Mark those down on your calendar for the new kits. They will be, of course, presented, announced, all that sort of stuff, promotion videos, and then go on sale a couple of days later. And of course, they will be hot cakes at the beginning, so make sure to get them if you want them. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to firstly about the Lewandowski operation, if you can't sign him, who would you go with? Secondly, on Alonso coming in, your thoughts about him being the priority in the left back position. Thirdly, on Frenkie De Jong, would you sell him or not this summer? Would you maybe include him in a Bernardo Silva swap deal? And fourth and finally, the contract renewal of Memphis Depay and Ousmane Dembele, because of course we all know Gavi and Collado are pretty much done. But for Depay and Dembele, do you think those renewals will get done or not? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.